me a comedian, please.
This is a comedian, Facebook. He's in a real good mood. You know him. This is Evan Weiss from New York. This is the big dog. You want to go through this guy if you want it on at Greenwich Village Comedy Club through this comedian. Right, Evan?
No, I'm just a comedian. There's no shows right now. We don't know when there's going to be any shows.
Yep, there's no shows right now, but when there is, you're the man. You're the man.
No, I'm not the man. I'm just a comedian. There's no shows.
Not right now.
There's no shows anywhere.
Not right. Yeah, they're starting back up in a lot of cities. In Arizona, they're starting up in Vegas, in the little places. They're...
Cuomo back opening in middle of June. I guess he wants to lock us up and control to the middle of June. He has nothing better to do.
Wow. So how are you making it without shows? Because you did so many, you were out performing all over, up and down the East Coast, and your shows at Greenwich Village. So
I get a show every now and then. I get a show in Pennsylvania and in Scranton. I did a Kevin Lepka show. We did a Holiday Inn with Stacy. I was going to do shows with my, Will Palumbo was going to do, I don't know, maybe we'll do a summer show, Will Palumbo, somewhere in that area. But I don't know, because, when I do my shows, I mix in pro talent with new talent. So we don't know how we're going to be able to do it with spacing and how we're going to be able to do it with. I have no idea. Now Cuomo's pushed back the regular openings of retail and everything else. Right now restaurants are open for takeout and everything else. But retail is basically closed except Walmart and Home Depot and basic needs.
yes.
Except the Finger Lakes region and upstate. He pushed back New York till June 15th, I think. The middle of June. So we're locked up till...
My gosh.
I've been walking for 2 hours every day. And
Congratulations. My God. 2 hours a day.
I've been trying to get my unemployment, and it's been backed up for 8 weeks. I call in every week, and I can't get my own unemployment.
You know what?
8 weeks I've been pending. I got the booklet this week, and I still can't get anybody on the phone. I've been in pending for 8 weeks. That's it.
Do they think that your walking counts as work?
No.
Disqualified you. 2 hours a day, you don't get any unemployment. So
No, I was producing those shows, and it's hard because when I did those shows, I booked a lot of people, and not a lot of people know the work I put in. I would book like 17 comics, and like half would cancel, and one time would stay in, would do the work, and would fill up Greenwich or Broadway. I would do 4 shows a month on a Saturday evening, and we'd fill up Greenwich and have the big room. We'd get 100 people sometimes, and I've even sold out Broadway, the big room once.
oh my gosh.
At the end of the year, and I think I got corona right before the end of the year. I think one of the comics might have given me corona. I don't know. Maybe he just gave me a regular flu, but he was bragging. I'm not gonna, out him, but he was bragging. Oh, I was sick, but I still went to a show. If you're sick, stay home.
Stay home.
Stay home.
Yes. Well, you put me on your show at Greenwich Village Comedy Club, and Julius put me on a couple over at Broadway. And I want to thank you from the bottom of my heart. I loved being on your show. I thought I killed, and then I listened to the tape. I think I probably killed a few audience members because I sucked in the middle.
Chill, stop being so hard on yourself. I watch your set. People love you. You're very hard on yourself.
Yeah, I'm very hard on myself. It's true.
You did chill. I watched you.
Thank you.
People love you. You got a very lively personality.
People love my personality. I get away with murder because of my personality, you know.
Linda, stop being so freaking hard on yourself. You're very funny.
Thank
You're
you.
very funny.
Thank you so much. I just loved it.
When did you start doing comedy? What age?
63.
So young, so young.
Yeah, I know. I got on stage when my AARP bag could vote. It's like,
But what did I tell you when you started? I'm like, what if anybody tells you don't listen to anybody, but you have the certain je ne sais quoi, you have the personality.
yeah.
Don't listen to anybody. You already know what you're doing up there. You know.
You aren't going to believe how much better I am now. I actually,
You don't have to be better because you already had it, whatever it is.
oh,
There's a French word, je ne sais quoi.
yeah. Thank you. A
That
certain,
certain special je ne sais quoi.
you're so
You know
sweet.
what bookers tell me? You don't have it.
Oh, that's terrible. You're an amazing, amazing host. You're really great at getting the audience warmed up and keeping the show moving and making everybody.
I host my shows. I usually hire somebody, but when I book my shows, I hire a host, and I book a lot of comics so we fill up the crowd. So like I was looking at the way I do my shows. I never wanted to produce these so-called bringer shows, but it fills up the crowd.
Yep.
And it's just a job. You know what I mean? Like anything else. I don't have a big name for myself. That doesn't mean I don't think I'm funny.
Yep.
And that doesn't mean I think I'm an open micer. But I'm not a big name, and I can, I've never been able to do an hour that I was ever asked, to do an hour. But I've done 35 minutes before. If I've had to do more, maybe I've been able to stretch, but I've never been asked to do 35 or more,
Yeah.
But I've done 35.
Wow. How far has your comedy taken? You've been to Florida and all over the East Coast, right?
I haven't been to Florida, not to do comedy. I've been, basically Northeast. Basically the Pennsylvania, Connecticut, New Jersey, New York. That's basically it, But all over far, almost to Ohio and Pennsylvania, almost Florida, but all over the. I was booking, four shows a month in New York City, and I was doing the Scranton gigs, doing whatever, if I had a road gig in New Jersey, Connecticut, Pennsylvania, wherever,
You get booked on some of the big boys' shows.
Yeah, yes, like sometimes I get, in the bigger clubs. If I do, I do. I try to do the best I can. You know what I mean?
Talking to you is like talking to Vinny on the block. You're just you're a typical New York guy. Like if I do, I do. I do what I do.
I'd love to get booked on bigger shows. You know what I mean? But now there's no shows at all.
I know. What a piece of crap this place has turned into. I cannot believe the world.
I just want to get my unemployment right now. I don't even care right now. I'm ready to work at Aldi. Give me Corona at this point.
Totally. Did you get a stimulus check?
I got the stimulus. That's gone almost.
Yep.
I got that in the mail. That was like last month, I think.
Yeah.
Got that.
So
I got that. I applied for the unemployment, and I had a call back. I reapplied, and I can't get anybody on the phone. You call, and you hang it. It takes then it says it's busy, and then it hangs up. And then it takes 5 minutes to call automatic prompts busy and hangs up. You know, then I think because I'm self-employed, I don't know if I have to send certain paperwork in, if they have to reject my thing and do it all over again. This is ridiculous.
Totally. Man.
Linda, how are you? I know you had some health problems. How's your health?
Well, I had some psychological problems when I lived in New York a couple times. I ran away. So I straightened out my psych issues where now anybody can dish out anything they want to me. I'm not running away from comedy or people no more. I'm going to step right up to people and fight my way through this crazy business. And my health took a real bad turn, like you said, in the winter months. I think I got the corona pneumonia. You know, like I couldn't come out of it. It was horrible. But now I'm better. Thank God it went away. And this is my 183rd interview.
183rd interview. Wow.
I had 39 interviews at Harvey's Comedy Club of the headliners, and now I'm up to 181.
Well, I'm glad I'm so special.
You are so special. 181 is such a great number, Evan.
I'm top 181.
Yeah. You're one of my favorites because you actually put me on your show at the amazing Greenwich Village Comedy Club. Oh my gosh. You're so special to me.
And I hope we have shows again. Yeah, you know, I talked to the owner. We have no idea what's going to happen. You know, I just heard today, like I just told you before, he pushed back, you know, the regular openings of things to June 15th. He wants to lock us up. You know, businesses are going to go under. People are starving, and it's ridiculous.
It's so horrible. And we have to turn on our television and see it. You know, before television and the internet, you know, people could be in a closet starving to death and nobody saw it happening. Nobody knew about Anne Frank till years later, you know. Now you turn on the TV, we have to see it.
I'm not downplaying the sickness and the health, but, you know, you don't want to lock people up forever. People have to live.
Yes.
Stores have to survive. People have to live. You don't want to lock people up forever. You know, you don't want to have people depressed and lock them up in their homes and lose their businesses and their lives. And you know what I mean?
Yes. So you had a lot of shows coming in because you do like 4 a month plus ones you get booked on. So are you taking Cash App or Venmo donations if anybody's so inclined to just help you out because they love you?
Of course, if they want to go on my PayPal, EVANWSS@yahoo.com, my PayPal.
Do you have
EVANWSS@yahoo.com.
Do you have Cash App or Venmo?
No, that's just my PayPal. I just have PayPal, but you know, I have been waiting 8 weeks and I can't get through unemployment. I've been calling them every day. You know, I got this letter right here, and I apply every week. And I got the booklet yesterday, and I don't know what I got to send the paperwork about. You know, my self-employed status, and I can't get in anybody on the phone to help me with this. I don't know. I have no idea what's going on with this.
It's horrible when you get delayed or turned away and you don't know why and you can't get anyone on the phone. It's horrible.
I don't know. It's been 8 or more weeks. I haven't seen a penny from unemployment.
That's crazy. That's just crazy. In the meantime, you're walking 2 miles a day. Does that make
2 hours a day? That's about 6 miles. 2 hours.
2 hours? Oh my God, Evan, you must be getting in shape.
Not really. I eat a lot.
So what's the funniest thing you've ever seen happen at Greenwich Village Comedy Club?
I don't know if it's there's not always the funniest things, but there's a lot of stressful things sometimes.
Yeah.
Like, sometimes it's not always the funniest things to me, but like, in retrospect, it's just the most stressful things. Like, like the mic won't work for the first two comics, and finally get it to work. Or, sometimes I don't have a club to work. I had the club flooded out.
What?
Totally.
Oh my God.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh.
Flooded. I sold it out in advance. This was probably 4 years ago. I walked to the club. I opened the door. There was the guy that was the waiter there. He used to kind of manage there also.
Uh-huh.
He goes, I don't think you're going to be able to do the early show. He's sitting there. There was like a foot of water.
Oh my God.
The club. He goes, try the other club down the block.
Oh my
So I
God.
go to the Grizzly Pear. I sat everybody. I sat 60 some odd people. And I'm ready to start. I asked the manager or the bartender. They asked if it's okay, if I can, stop the open mic.
Yes.
I said, okay. I'm ready to start. The owner calls the bartender. He goes, I don't want you to have a show.
Oh my gosh.
We're about to start.
Oh my gosh. Then what do you do in a case like that, Evan?
It's raining outside, it's pouring, so I run around the corner to a third club, to the Lantern, the Village Lantern. They had a nice, they have a club there now, but they used to use a nice downstairs, which sat more people. We can get about 55, 60 people, but now they have a much smaller room. They can only get about 40. They wouldn't be able to do that much now. But they used to have a nice downstairs room.
Uh-huh.
I'm like, look, I know you don't have a show now, but can I use the room now? Well, you can have the room till about 7:30. I'm like, deal. He's like, what? I'm like, listen, I'm gonna give you 2 drinks. I don't want anything. I already have the money.
Jeez.
I'm watching people right now. I'm like, I'll give you back the room at 7:30.
Oh my gosh.
I got everybody up. I went into a third venue. Got them started like at 6:05.
Wow. Holy toad.
The show was supposed to start at 6. We got started like 5 minutes before. Whatever. I think we started pretty much on time.
My gosh. People don't have any clue all the back scene stuff that goes on to get a show going.
But that was the craziest show ever because, imagine I was literally hyperventilating because I literally had the money because I didn't have the money to give back.
Totally. Who would? Jeez. Yeah. And then you book, you book a good amount of people on the show, and you have to in case there's cancellations, and you got to fill the room.
Yeah, because I'm sitting there, when I did it out on Long Island, I got a big move because for some reason it was a little bit easier. Because I booked 4, maybe 5, for lack of a better word, bringer comics or new comics or whatever, and say, hey, just bring 6 to 8 people, whatever. And we would I would have another person who I would co-produce with, and we would get a good amount of people. Our worst show ever, we would have 18, and that was our worst show ever.
Wow.
And that was 18 in the crowd. That's not the greatest crowd, but that was our worst show ever. Okay? But usually 30, that wasn't the best, but usually 45 to 120. That was 45 in the audience to 120. And I would only book 5, right?
Yeah.
That's not a lot. And when I did it in the city, I'm like, I don't want to book 6, 7. I'm going to oversell, the 55-seater. I don't want to put 9 people away. I
Yeah.
don't want to over this thing. But I'm like, I'm out with, 5, 6 people, and day of the show. I've got to help my dad pull a stump out in East Hampton. If you don't know Long Island, East Hampton's all the way on the East End, and Manhattan's all the way in the city. I'm like, that's like 3 hours away. I'm like, what do you mean you're helping your dad? You told me you were going to do a show. And, yeah, my dad wants to help him pull a stump. I'm like, what do you mean?
Good
And
Lord.
then I had other people canceling day of the show, and I'm driving in I'm sitting there with the headliner on the bridge. How many people you have coming in? Oh, today. And then they pull up with their girlfriend. I'm like, oh, you have 15. And they show with just their girlfriend.
Oh my gosh. What a bunch of nonsense.
And then I'm just pulling people up the street just to barely get 11, just so we have enough to do a show in the audience.
Yeah. Oh my God.
My video guy made me have a ticket link, and ever since I had the ticket link, my sales went double and triple, so I know actually how many.
Oh, that's good. So now the volume isn't that good all of a sudden. So now you have a place where people buy tickets?
Yeah, my Weiss Comedy Square. So I would know people would buy in advance. They're going, hey, have your people buy in advance, and when they buy, put in the link that they come to see you. So I know they're coming to see you.
Yes. That's
once in a while people would buy a seat and they wouldn't be able to come, but it's not their fault. You know what I mean?
exactly.
But I know they have, most of the time they buy, but they would come.
Yes. And sometimes they think that somebody's going to be, 5 or 10 people are going to come, and then 5 or 10 people cancel, and then they get a hold of you and go, my people all canceled. I can't imagine what you have to go through.
Yeah, well, if the people cancel, even if it's my tickets were $15 and I charge the square fee, which is 76 cents. Even if they cancel, let's say, oh, I bought that ticket. Maybe a friend could come. They'll take the ticket.
Yeah.
You know what? Let's say they have 8 people who bought seats. 6 of them come. They still have their numbers. Doesn't matter. I still have their money. You know what I mean? It's not the numbers or the money. It's like that we have an audience.
Exactly.
We're not performing to empty seats. That last week, I understand, because that was people getting scared. Even people that bought, they didn't want to come because they were scared of their lives. But
Yes.
then,
That's different. So
different, but
Matt Nisenoff is on here. He says hello.
who's that?
Matt Nisenoff, Jeffrey Paul, Eric Rivera, Barry Keller, and Doug Burmeister are all watching you.
Oh, Barry Keller. Barry did the show we were talking about. Just talking about where we couldn't figure out the microphone, and I had to get somebody while he was on stage to figure out the wires.
Yes.
I had to get one of the video guys. Please figure out the wires when Barry's up there. And finally, we got the wires figured out.
I adore Barry Keller. I think he's the greatest. He was so nice to me on that show.
Where are you right now? Are you still in Portland?
No, I left New York, went to Portland, and I came to visit a Long Island guy, Stephen Pearl, in October for his birthday. He was having a big party. I came to visit Stephen Pearl, and I got to meet all of the big shots of comedy on that trip. So I stayed in Vegas. I moved here.
Oh, that's nice. They're starting to open Vegas up?
Little places, not the casinos yet. That's Red Tape City.
Yes, I had a friend that moved out there, and when it just happened, he just like everything shut down. Like the plant then it stopped. You know, it was crazy.
Is your friend a comedian?
No, no. We used to. I met him through Amway years ago.
I did Amway years ago too.
Yeah, a waste of a few years of my life.
I sold more soap, but I didn't get anybody in the business.
I didn't sell much of anything except waste my time and go to Philly and see the statue for a weekend and really. All I learned was how to do fill up these shows. That's all I learned.
And you're fantastic at it. So you should.
You know, like I said, when I did the city, you know, a lot of the comics they want to do like I learned it by Alan Martin the way he would explain. You know, comics get excited. They want to do Broadway or they want to do Gotham Comedy Club or Caroline's. All of a sudden, when comics are new, you can't explain. You can't talk to comics how new they are. You can't tell them to try to space things out to months or years or whatever, or try to do a lot of mics. No matter what you say to them, they just want to do a ton of bringers. They think do bring. No, you got to space them out years, months. You know.
Yep.
No matter what you say to them. So that's why I fill them up because I don't know what's going to happen.
Yeah.
You know, you have to put 17 in because half's going to cancel.
Same with when I'm booking people to interview. I had 7 this morning and 3 canceled. You know, things come up.
Well, I don't cancel. I just got annoyed with you because I just was, you know, I was just about to get in the shower and that, you know.
Yeah.
You're like 45 minutes. I'm like 20. I'm like, please stop.
I get so excited.
I know. I do my 2-hour walks. I have nothing better. I used to be able to have a gym and a life.
Yeah.
The gym. You know, it's nice. I don't know if I'm losing weight or gaining weight, but I call and I get, you know, the automated number and then they hung up on me. So I don't know. I'm going to call the congressman again Monday.
There you go. Well, I thank you so much. Where do you want people to follow you on Facebook or Twitter or Instagram or what?
Just give me money on PayPal. If they want, go to my YouTube, Evan Weiss Comedy, or go give me money, Evan Weiss on my PayPal, EVANWSS PayPal. Buy tickets, Evan Weiss Comedy Square, but they're non-refundable. All those shows are probably not going to happen anyway. I don't know. None of those shows are going to happen. I don't know when we're going to have shows.
You have how much is it? How much is a ticket to Greenwich Village Comedy Club show?
I would keep it at 15 and change. I don't know if we're ever going to have tickets again. I don't know when. You know, the governor said they're going to open up the state maybe in the middle of June, but I don't know how we're going to be able to do comedy shows again. How we're going to space people out.
Yeah.
You know,
what they're talking about here in Vegas is, you know, like at the poker tables, every other chair they have to take out.
Yeah, maybe if I have to do, and to get people to bring people to the city, it's going to be that much harder because people's habits are going to change. People get out of their lives now. The government and the media has people fearful of their lives now. You know, with the stupid face mask, you know, going to the stores now. You know, it is.
Yes.
Everybody's scared of their lives now. You know.
They are. Well, you have to get going and go to the store, and I'll post this and I'll tag you.
Where am I going? I'm not going anywhere.
You put on your mask.
Interview me whenever you want. Let's do this again. I'm not doing anything right now. I try to call unemployment every day, and I do my walk every day. I'm like retired right now.
Super. I want to do more of this, and when you start getting going again, I want to help promote your show from Vegas.
Well, I want you to come back and perform again.
I will come back with a vengeance.
Were you acting when you were younger? Were you an actress?
Never.
You're a liar. You have a very natural ability, a salesperson.
Yeah, I did a lot of sales. A lot of sales.
You're very natural on stage.
That is so sweet of you. Thank you, Evan. You know, I really need to hear that. Thank you.
You know what you have to do when you go on stage? Don't listen to anybody because you have a very natural way about you on stage.
Thank you. I'll remember your words next time, and every time I go on stage, I'll think about what you said.
Comedy ever happens again, if anybody ever tries to tell you anything, what you have to tell them is, go fuck yourself. I know what I'm doing. I'm old enough, and I've done a lot of sales. People like me.
Thank you. All right, I will.
I've done a lot of sales. Look at me. I know what I'm doing at my age.
Thank you, Evan. You're the best.
Seeing you on stage, and people love you. They love your personality.
Thank you, Evan. You're the best. I'll catch you.
I'm not blowing smoke up your ass. I don't have to. You see people laugh at you and they smile. They love you. They generally love you.
Thank you. I'll try to talk.
Again, you know that you don't have to. And it's you're just a genuine person.
Thank you so much. That's the whole thing is I'm up there to love people, and I want to be in the moment. And I think people pick up on the fact that I don't have any ulterior motive, you know?
Of course, you're a genuine, nice person.
Thank you.
And that's the thing. A lot of people aren't nice anymore. You know, everybody wants to learn or paint by numbers, and everybody's insecure, and everybody's about their own ego. And you're just a genuine person. You're caring, and you got a lot of heart.
Thank you.
You're in the moment up there.
Yes, thank you for getting that. I appreciate that so much. Well, I'll let you go, and I'll be back because I want you back on. Before
Maybe when you go through your next round, I'll be the next 200 people. I'm glad I'm in the top 200.
I'm going to stop at 200 and start over because I got a new computer coming today. It's going to be much better technology.
Well, you better get me back as soon as possible. You're not.
You'll be in the top 50, okay?
Oh, wow. Thank you. I feel so special.
Oh, do you want to be number one?
Well, I always want to be number one.
All right, I'll put you on you'll be the first person I interview, even if it's for 5 minutes on the new computer.
We can stay on as long as possible. I don't care. I'm not doing anything right now.
I'll get it running this weekend, and I'll hit you up on Monday or Tuesday.
Absolutely.
Thank you, Evan.
You're absolutely beautiful.
Thank you, Evan. You are too. Have a great weekend and stay safe, okay?
All right. Thank you.
Love you.